Having opened the 5th inner gate, Rock Lee's speed is unparalleled, and Gaara's sand struggles to catch up to his attacks. Lee pulls Gaara close and lands a powerful Hidden Lotus attack, which sends Gaara crashing into the ground. Once the dust is cleared, Lee rolls to the ground, having torn his muscles from pushing his body to the limit. Gaara is still conscious and uses the Sand Coffin attack to finish off Lee. Lee tried to run away, but his body wouldn't move, and Gaara caught him by his arm and leg, crushing both limbs. When Lee falls unconscious, Gaara tries to finish him off when Lee's instructor Might Guy jumps in to stop him. Now, let's look back at the events that led to this breathtaking match. Remember to like and subscribe, and leave a comment to let us know if you want any special encounters analyzed. The Chunin Selection Exam is an opportunity for a low-level genin to be promoted to a Chunin. Aspiring ninjas from respective villages travel to Konoha, the Hidden Leaf Village, to participate. As too many ninjas passed the second stage, a single round of one-on-one matches was held, and the victor would get to participate in the finals. In the 9th round, Hidden Sand Village's Gaara is pitted against Hidden Leaf Village's Rock Lee. Rock Lee is a ninja of the Hidden Leaf Village and a member of Team Guy, along with fellow team members Neji Hyuga and Tenten. Unlike most ninjas, he has no talent for ninja or illusory techniques and has been mocked by his peers because of it. Despite that, he persevered and overcame his shortcomings by undergoing special training from his instructor Might Guy to become a martial arts master. Lee is shown to be overly energetic, irredeemably optimistic, and distinctively hot-headed. His passionate nature and strong instincts become his redeeming factors, and he rarely loses his composure, even under pressure. Gaara is a ninja of the Hidden Sand Village and the youngest of the 3 Sand siblings, along with Temari and Kankuro. It was later revealed that he was made into the host of the one-tailed beast Shukaku. He grew up hating the world as villagers grew to fear and shun him as a monster. His behavior turned for the worse when the only person who truly cared for him tried to kill him under the orders of his father. His unhinged personality makes him bloodthirsty, cruel, and vicious in battle. Only when Uzumaki Naruto defeated him did he turn his life around, even becoming the village's 5th Kazekage. Round 1. As soon as the match started, Lee quickly dashed forward and attacked with a Leaf Whirlwind kick, but Gaara easily blocked it with his sand. No matter what kind of attack Lee dishes out, Gaara quickly blocks and counterattacks it with his sand. Gaara goes on the offensive and catches Lee and throws him against a wall. Gaara continues to attack and tries to overwhelm him, but Lee quickly dodges it. Seeing Lee struggle in his fight, Guy tells him to remove the ankle weights he has been wearing all this time. Without them, Lee is stunningly so fast that Gaara's sand struggles to keep up with his attacks. He attacks Gaara in all directions until he finally lands a dropkick on him. Yeah! Much to everyone's shock. Lee is too fast for Gaara and he sends him flying with a punch to his face. Although he landed a solid blow on Gaara, what shocked everyone was that he was unscathed, as the sand he covered himself with peels off his face. It was later revealed that Gaara uses a massive amount of chakra to cover himself with a layer of sand as protection, a technique called the Sand Armour, a secondary defense should the sand shield fail to protect him. Round 2. The sand swirls around Gaara and reforms his sand armor. When others thought it made him invincible, Kankuro comments about how Gaara had to use a lot of chakra to keep it up, unlike the sand shield, which automatically reacts to attacks. With such a formidable defense, Lee kicks it up into high gear and encircles Gaara, finding an opportunity to attack. He catches him off guard and continuously kicks him high into the air to perform Primary Lotus attack. He then wraps him in bandages and performs a pile driver, crashing him in a violent swirling motion. The destructive force alone shattered the arena grounds, but when Gaara's sand armor broke, everyone was shocked to find it empty. Kakashi explains that when Lee briefly stopped his barrage of kicks because of the pain, Gaara used that brief moment to escape. Gaara emerges from behind him and attacks Lee with his sand. Lee tried to stand up, but his legs could still feel the damage from performing the Primary Lotus attack. Round 3. Gaara's bloodthirsty nature comes out and relentlessly attacks Lee with waves of sand from every direction. Kakashi explains how the Lotus is a forbidden technique that takes a toll on its user for its destructive force. Lee barely dodges the attacks, rolling to the ground and on his knees. When he's barely dodging Gaara's attacks, Lee suddenly becomes stunningly fast, to which Kakashi suspects that he can open the 8 inner gates, which Guy confirms. He explains that although these gates limit one's chakra, forcibly opening them would grant its user immeasurable strength and lightning speed. He did caution that opening all 8 inner gates would give one power that exceeds even the Hokage, but one would soon lose their life if they did. With Guy's permission, Lee opens the 3rd gate, the Gate of Life, where he transforms into a raging demon with his complexion turning red and his body brimming with violent chakra. Damn. Round 4. When they thought he'd stop with the 3rd gate, Lee forces open the 4th gate, the Gate of Pain. In this state, even Gaara could no longer follow his attacks, which sent him into the air with a powerful blow, breaking his sand armor. When Gaara tries to reinforce his sand armor, Lee continues his barrage of attacks, keeping Gaara in the air and striking at him in every direction, like a pinball. Slowly peeling off his sand armor, Lee pushes himself to open the 5th gate, the Gate of Closing, to deal the finishing blow. Although worried he'd show his trump card to Neji, he refuses to lose the fight and reveals his ultimate technique. With the sand shield unable to keep up with Lee's attacks and the sand armor peeling away, Lee prepares for the Hidden Lotus attack. When the destructive force of his punches blows Gaara away, Lee pulls him back with the bandage he wrapped around Gaara's waist and charges up for one powerful attack. Guy explains how the Hidden Lotus is a high-speed, continuous attack that no one can keep up with, not even the one who earned the reputation of having absolute defense. Lee attacks Gaara with a destructive blow that sends him crashing to the ground. Once the dust cleared, they found Gaara barely conscious, having turned the ground into sand to cushion his fall. And we are right back where we started in the video, with Gaara attacking the defenseless Lee, who has torn his muscles from the double-edged technique. Gaara attacks him with his sand, which swiftly encroaches on his opponent. Lee tries to escape, but the sand catches up to him. Gaara then uses the deadly sand coffin to fatally crush Lee's arm and leg. Gaara tries to finish him off, but Guy interrupts their fight with Lee, who is already unconscious, making Gaara the winner of their duel. Damn. That's all for now. Thanks for watching Epic Animated Encounters. Remember to like and subscribe for more action-packed showdowns.